Most of us cannot stop thinking over and over. We cannot even imagine a day without continuous mental noise. Sadly, it's considered normal. With those thoughts, we always live under the shadow of fear and suffering, and we cannot find our inner peace. Almost 90% of our thinking is repetitive and useless, also often negative in nature. Thoughts are like cells growing in our bodies. If they grow in a controlled manner, everything is normal. But if they go out of control and start to grow exponentially, they become a disease. Compulsive thinking is an addiction and it torments us. It continuously attacks our happiness and well-being. We deserve peace, and we have the power to get it. Simply direct your focus into the now. Just become intensely conscious of the present. You cannot find the present moment as long as you are your mind. Draw your consciousness away from the mind. This is the essence of meditation. Ask yourself, what's going on inside me at this moment? Don't analyze, just watch. Focus your attention within. Become present. Be there as the observer of the mind. We usually find ourselves thinking about the past or the future that is about to come. Time is a concept that we as humans have created. Imagine the earth, plants and animals. Ask an old tree or an eagle, what time is it? They will say, it's now. The time is just now. Realize deeply the present moment is all we ever have. Surrender to what it is. Say yes to life. Focus attention on the feeling inside you. Know that it's the pain body. Accept that it's there. Don't let the feeling turn into thinking. Don't judge or analyze. Stay present. Continue to be the observer of what's happening inside you. Just become the witness. Now the pain body cannot use you anymore by pretending to be you. Now you have found your innermost strength. This is the power of now, the power of your own conscious presence. Our fears are not about any concrete and true immediate danger. It comes in many forms: unease, worry, anxiety, nervousness, tension, dread, phobia, and so on. It's always about something that might happen, not something that's happening now. You are in here and now, but your mind wanders in the future. This is an anxiety gap. Do not let it be your constant companion. You can always cope with the present moment, but you cannot cope with a mental projection of the future. As long as you identify yourself with your mind, the ego runs your life, but it's fragile and insecure. It sees itself as constantly under threat. It needs to be defended and fed constantly. Do not let the ego run your life. It won't let you be at peace unless its cravings have been fulfilled. It needs to identify with external things like possessions, social status, physical appearance. None of those are you. Remember, that is a stripping away of all that is not you. The secret of life is to die before you die and find that there is no death. You can never reach a point where you are completely free of your problems. You are already at that point now. This is not about solving your problems. It's about realizing that there are no problems. In an emergency, either you survive or you don't. Either way, it's not a problem. Problems are mind-made, and they cannot survive in the actuality of the now. Problems of the mind cannot be solved on the level of mind. Time and mind are inseparable. The key is ending the delusion of time. You can only be free now. You need to awaken out of the dream of time into the present. Some people love to engage in dangerous activities such as mountain climbing, skydiving, and so on. Those people usually like it because those activities make them stop thinking. Those make them focus on now, and therefore feel alive. But you don't have to jump from the sky to enter into this realm. You can enter that state now. Use your senses fully. Be where you are. Look around. Just look. Don't interpret. See the light, shapes, colors, textures. Be aware of the silent presence of things. Be aware of the space. Listen to sounds. Don't judge them. Listen to the silence underneath. Touch something and acknowledge its being. Become aware of the beauty of the nature. Observe the rhythm of your breathing. Feel the air flowing in and out. Allow everything to be, within and without. Acknowledging that you are not present is a great success. In the beginning, your presence might last for only a couple of seconds before it's lost again. With increasing frequency, you can choose to bring the focus back in the present moment. You will go back and forth between presence and thoughts. Eventually, presence will become your predominant state. First, try to be present in normal circumstances, such as when sitting alone in a room, walking in the woods. This way, you will adapt to stay conscious even when something goes wrong. Make it a habit to monitor your mental emotional state through self-observation. Am I at ease this moment? What's going on inside me at this moment? You can drop some heavy and useless baggage that you are carrying, right? Similarly, you can drop the negativity. You can recognize that you don't want to suffer the pain or carry the burden anymore. You can then let it go. If you have been stuck in an unhappy situation for a long time, any action is often better than no action. If it's a mistake, at least you learn something, in which case it's no longer a mistake. If you remain stuck, you learn nothing. Ask yourself, is there anything I can do to change the situation, improve it, or remove myself from it? If so, you take appropriate action. Focus not on the 100 things that you may have to do in the future, but on the one thing that you can do now. This doesn't mean you shouldn't do any planning. It may well be that planning is the one thing that you can do now, but make sure you don't start to run mental movies and project yourself into the future, and so lose the now. Any action you take may not bear fruit immediately. Until it does, do not resist what it is. If there is truly nothing that you can do to change, then accept what it is. Drop all inner resistance. This is surrender. It may have negative connotations, implying defeat, giving up, and so on. True surrender is something entirely different. It does not mean to passively put up with whatever the situation you find yourself in and to do nothing about it. Nor does it mean to cease making plans or initiating positive action. Surrender is yielding to rather than opposing the flow of life. Simply acknowledge the present moment. Become aware of your breathing. Feel the air flowing in and out of your body. Feel your inner energy field. Ask yourself what problem you have right now. Not next year, not tomorrow, not 5 minutes later. Just now. Your body is only an outer shell. Transformation is through the body, not away from it. There is no such thing as an out-of-the-body experience. If you keep your attention in the body as much as possible, you will be anchored in the now. You won't lose yourself in the external world, and you won't lose yourself in your mind. Thoughts and emotions, fears and desires may still be there to some extent, but they won't take you over. Try it now. 10 to 15 minutes should be sufficient. Just make sure that there are no external distractions such as telephones or people. Sit on a chair or on a mat. Do not lean back. Keep the spine erect. This will help you stay alert. Make sure the body is relaxed. Close your eyes. Direct your attention to the body. Feel it from within. Is it alive? Are they alive in your hands, arms, legs, and feet? In your abdomen, your chest? Stay with each part for 15 seconds or so, and you feel the energy that gives vibrant life to every organ and every cell. Let your attention run through the body like a wave a few times, from feet to head and back again. Keep focusing on the feeling of your inner body. Do not start to think about it. Just feel it. If you cannot feel very much at this stage, pay attention to whatever you can feel. Perhaps there is just a slight tingling in your hands or feet. That's good enough for the moment. Just focus on the feeling. Your body is coming alive. Follow the breath with your attention as it moves in and out of your body. Breathe into the body. Feel your abdomen expanding and contracting with each inhalation and exhalation. You must have felt deeply or experienced some deep loss to be drawn into the spiritual dimension. Or perhaps your success became meaningless and so turned out to be a failure. Outer purpose is just a game that you may continue to play simply because you enjoy it. It's possible to fail completely in your outer purpose but succeed in your inner purpose. Ultimately, every outer purpose is doomed to fail sooner or later. Everything is subject to the law of impermanence of all things. Learn to allow the present moment to be and to accept the impermanent nature of all things and conditions, so you can find peace. Most people spend their whole life waiting to start living. Waiting is a state of mind. It means that you want the future. You don't want the present. You don't want what you already have. You want what you haven't got. With waiting, you unconsciously create inner conflict. This reduces the quality of your life by making you lose the present. So give up waiting as a state of mind. When you catch yourself slipping into waiting, snap out of it. Come into the present moment. Just be and enjoy being. Happiness depends on conditions being perceived as positive, but inner peace does not. There may be sadness and tears, but when you relinquish the resistance, you will feel a deep serenity, a stillness underneath the sadness. When you live in complete acceptance of what it is, that is the end of all drama in your life. Nobody can even have an argument with you, no matter how hard they try. You cannot have an argument with a fully conscious person. You are not pretending anything. You are allowing it to be as it is, that's all. It's forgiveness. Forgive now and don't let resentments accumulate inside you. Forgive yourself, even if you don't feel at peace. The moment you completely accept your non-peace becomes transmuted into peace. Anything you accept fully will get you there.